This is KGW News at noon.
And we start with a traffic alert today. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton. A multi-car crash east of Rainier has shut down Highway 30 in both directions. ODOT says this is right near milepost 40. Authorities haven't said how many cars are involved and can't say when the road will reopen. They are advising drivers in the area to find an alternate route. Also today in North Portland, this rollover crash killed 2 people and critically injured a third. It happened on Lombard and Chautauqua just before 3 a.m. Police say after rolling, the car struck a utility pole. It was the only vehicle involved. Police arrested a suspect in a fatal hit and run that happened back in September. He's in the Multnomah County Detention Center facing charges including manslaughter in the first degree. Police say he was driving the car that hit and killed a pedestrian near McLaughlin and Holgate in southeast Portland. Well, travel across other parts of the state is slow going this noon. Take a look at this picture. It's from southern Oregon. A crash is closing a portion of I-5 near Ashland, and traffic is being diverted off the freeway. Right now, we want to bring in meteorologist Rod Hill. So, Rod, how are travel conditions in our area looking for the rest of the day?
Well, weather-wise, including southern Oregon, the weather has really improved. And I don't have any organized areas of any heavy snow or rain or any precipitation that's beyond just light. So that's good news. I mean, if you just look at the big picture, nothing really catches your eye, right? Here are the temperatures. We'll start here in the North Valley. We're starting to warm up. The cloud base that was thick and low and producing that morning drizzle is starting to lift, and we're actually getting some breaks. Portland's now at 43 in downtown. Westland's at 41. Out in the Columbia River Gorge, where it was snowing last night, and 32 this morning in Hood River. 37 degrees right now, so that's improving tremendously as well. And here are the other temps. Out east, we've had problems along I-84 with snow and ice. Baker City's still freezing, but up in Pendleton, it's 34 degrees. Here is Cabbage Hill and I-84. You can tell by the picture, it's still kind of slow and perhaps just getting above freezing out there. ODOT's been out treating the roads, but plenty of snow on the ground, but at least it is open. There's snow at India Creek Golf Course in Hood River, but if you go down to I-84 elevation, there's no snow any longer, and I-84 is perfectly clean. This is, I think, the best story of the bunch. 36 degrees at the 1,400-foot level in the Coast Range, where, Brenda, that will set the tone for rising snow levels and no longer going into the weekend will the Coast Range be getting snow. They'll be getting rain as we roll into Saturday. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Rod. We do want to let you know about a situation that's happening in Lake Oswego. We've been getting emails and calls from parents. Lake Oswego High School and Middle School are in a lockout mode. That means students and staff have to remain inside the school and no one is allowed in. Lake Oswego police say right now there's no active threat, but they are erring on the side of caution. The district is asking parents not to show up at the schools. We'll certainly update you if we get any more information.
You know, you shudder to think of what might have happened if he hadn't been so quick on responding to what was happening.
This is surveillance footage of a father stopping a man from abducting his son in broad daylight in Portland's Pearl District. And before that happened, the suspect reportedly followed another parent and child. Mike Benner has the story.
Parents in Northwest Portland's Pearl District keeping a close eye on their kids following an attempted kidnapping in the neighborhood.
That's pretty scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Tyrone Richardson hadn't heard about what happened near the Fields Park until we told him about it and showed him surveillance video. You'll notice a dad walking into frame. His 6-year-old son is trailing him. This is around 3:15 Tuesday afternoon. A stranger grabs the boy and tries to take off with him. Fortunately, the dad is able to free the kid, and the bad guy makes a run for it.
I mean, our kids live in the neighborhood. They ride bikes and scooters, so that's pretty alarming.
It is super alarming, certainly for me as a police officer, but also for me as a parent.
Sergeant Kevin Allen of the Portland Police Bureau says detectives have learned about a second incident about a half hour earlier. Sergeant Allen says a man, in all likelihood the same man involved in the attempted abduction, followed a mother and her son for several blocks. The mom posted this photo of the man on Nextdoor.
We're still vetting it, but if that's true, then it's pretty clear this guy was walking around in that neighborhood, potentially looking for a victim. And, that certainly adds to our level of concern.
Parents in the Pearl are just as concerned and on alert more than ever before.
I guess you got to keep a sharp eye on your kids. I don't know what else can you do. Yeah, that's alarming.
In Portland, Mike Benner for KGW News.
Again, authorities have not found the suspect yet, but they do have his description. He's 20 to 30 years old, between 5'1" and 5'3". He's heavy-set with dark hair. He was wearing a black hoodie, whitewashed jeans, a gray beanie, and black and white shoes. Anyone with information should contact Portland Police. Clackamas County will pay a family $45,000 because the family says sheriff's deputies detained their 12-year-old and roughed him up. The boy's mother says her son was profiled because he's black. Catherine Cook has details on the settlement.
I mean, he was a child. He was 12 years old. He was held down. He didn't know what was going on.
It's been 2 years since Jarena McDavid's son was stopped by Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies. This picture shows then 12-year-old Kamar Benbow on the ground in custody. It was a case of mistaken identity, or racial profiling, if you ask McDavid. She says her son and some friends were at Clackamas Town Center when a fight broke out. McDavid says Kamar and his friends watched, then left, but were later stopped by deputies. McDavid sued the sheriff's office for $300,000, claiming deputies elbowed Kamar in the face, pushed him to the ground, and put a knee on his neck. This week, Clackamas County settled the case. Kamar's family got $45,000, but Clackamas County admitted no wrongdoing.
I just feel like they should admit to what the photo was showing. 3 officers, 12-year-old boy, the knees clearly on the back of his neck. They could just acknowledge that they did something wrong and make a change within their the police officers there. That's what I really, really wanted was a change.
Besides the lawsuit, McDavid also filed an official complaint with the sheriff's office. Their investigation found that no deputy ever put a knee on Kamar's neck and that ultimately their actions were lawful. Those findings mean very little to McDavid. She says her son is still dealing with the aftermath of what happened.
He's still having issues with what he's going to do when he's around a police officer or ever approached by one again. He's a little confused. He's kind of conflicted. Do I stay? Do I go? They hurt me when I stayed. If I go, what's going to happen?
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
A concerning new report shows how many people died living on the streets of Portland last year, and it was a record high. 126 people died homeless in Multnomah County in 2020. That's up 11% from 2019. Hope Yamasaki's son is among them. Chris was 26 years old when he overdosed in a tent. His mom told us Chris was a happy child, but was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder as a young adult. She said getting treatment was next to impossible. That's when Chris turned to meth.
I feel so much guilt and sadness, but we desperately need dual diagnosis centers and walk-in detox, safe places for people to be who are on meth. We need better options. Help is not as easy to get as many people think. There's just not enough resources available. The houseless matter. Those with mental health issues and addiction difficulties matter. Chris mattered.
Yeah, it really is a heartbreaking story. On our 6 p.m. show, The Story, we took a closer look at how the homeless are dying and also dug into what's being done to get more of them into treatment. You can watch the full report right now on the KGW YouTube channel. Well, researchers around the country are closely watching a new program in Tacoma. It's designed to reduce poverty. It'll give 110 families $500 a month for the next year. There are no strings attached. They can spend that money however they want. The program is open to families who are technically above the poverty line but still don't make enough money to support themselves. This is all funded by an organization called Mayors for Guaranteed Income. Depending on how it goes, other cities may do it too.
What we hope to do is to showcase that poverty is a systems failure and not a personal failure. And we have to look at the systems. We have to look at what we can learn from this particular demonstration, the potential policies that can be developed.
Results from the research are expected in 2024. We have more news right after this.